Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sunday afternoon. As you know, it is Father's Day today, so this weekend I haven't really been up too much for myself. So let's start with Saturday. Let me just silence my phone. Saturday I was working in the city, just extra money I guess. That's the fourth weekend, so I'm not going to be doing that for a little while. It so happens that a work colleague of mine has actually scheduled like a weekend, like a day trip, just for cruise day with the cars. Hopefully I get my car back. I'm meant to be getting it on Thursday, so next weekend will be a much more fun week for myself and maybe more entertaining for you guys, I guess. Saturday night was okay. I just went out, had some chill desserts with someone. Yeah, that was a pretty good night. And so today was Father's Day, so we just went for breakfast, just hit up a cafe with my family, and then we randomly went house shopping. I like bougie things, but holiday houses to me are just like, it's whatever. But then they said something about this place and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll have a look. I'll tag along. So this place is about a 40-minute drive out of Sydney, and what really caught my attention, and probably my parents as well, is this place can only be accessed by boat. Now it's not a long boat trip, it's only about 5 minutes, but there's no roads to this place, and boat is the only way, because the backyard is actually a national park. So yes, people can get to your backyard, but they have to hike like 3 hours. So that's cool. It's secluded. And another thing is there's 10 properties, I think, on that piece of land. It's a big piece of land. It's a national park, but there's 10 properties in total, I think. And it's like some regulation that you can't build anymore. So whatever's there is there, and it's very secluded, very quiet, very chilled, laid back by the water environment. Anyway, so that was my weekend, and so there's not much to show. So this idea came to me earlier this week because some work colleagues of mine and a few close friends of mine asked me this question: how am I able to keep on top and cope with like a non-stop volley of, I guess, things to do? And I'm not saying I'm like, I can manage everything and I'm amazing, because there's people out there with much bigger responsibilities, like parents, parents or people that are, moving out of home. So yes, people that do way more than I do. It was good because it allowed me to reflect and just think about, well, yeah, how do I do it? And the way I'm going about it, is it healthy? Do I think if I keep doing this, I can maintain it? Or am I going to like just break? And so on. So there's two things that I kind of use, and I don't want to stuff this up, so I'm gonna look at my phone. Okay, so essentially the first one, which is the one I use more, and if things get worse then I go to the next one. But anyway, so the first one is this mentality I started to develop at a young high school age. Every person goes through their high school phase of where certain things get them down, or they get upset and hurt, whether it's like puppy love high school relationships, or even just like best friends just like fighting all the time, or troubles with your parents. There's something that you would have experienced, and for me, a lot of the times, no matter what it was, I would just give up and let those feelings just overwhelm me and get the better of me, and that only I guess spiraled my attitude and mind in a downward direction. And I do believe that's where my anxiety started to form, because when I noticed bad things were coming, before they even happened, I was already getting myself prepared to take a hit. So that's that, and that's the history behind it. And then one day, I just all of a sudden decided to fight back. And this method is kind of like it's a reaction, it's not a prevention. So it comes across as aggressive because I'm waiting for something to happen and then I react to it. So what this method is that if the same thing were to happen, so someone to hurt me, or something just didn't end up going my way, or as simple as like doing poorly in exam, I kind of like took it really personal, whatever the problem was, and I guess like vowed to overcome whatever that thing was and achieve it, or get over it, whatever it is. So say I failed in a test, I vowed to myself that I wouldn't fail in the next. I would study really hard, something like that. And a lot of you are probably thinking, well, this is probably just all high school relationships. And yeah, I guess some were, but some, like, there was other things. I'm probably at a stage where I don't want to talk about a few of them, but that's the concept of it. So if something were to get me down and really defeated, I would just like go into this mode and be like, nah, I'm not going to be bothered by this, and I'm going to achieve what I want that you're against. It's kind of like a silent victory attitude, where you just work on yourself in the background, and then when you're done or when you're better, people see your light. They see you, the new improved version of yourself, and you didn't have to like talk about it on the way there. And that's it. So it's kind of like me proving my point without having to argue with them. And for me, this is so cringe. That's sweet revenge. I don't know. It just feels better than me arguing with someone and getting my point across or something like that. Then, it feels a lot better than that for me to just work on myself and then at the end show them that I could do it, or I was right, or I could do this, like anything like that. So that's the first one. Okay, so this one will come across maybe a bit weird or too much of a touchy topic, but if there's something you need to know about me, I'm someone who will love to R&R, to talk, to D&M, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this thing is something I go to when that first step doesn't work. I don't have a name for it, really. I call it like something, it's like a driver. It's an anchor. It's something that keeps you grounded and you can always come back to lift yourself back up. So for me, it would be a family member who got really, really sick when I was in high school, and I was really destroyed about it. I didn't lose them, but it's something that I have to live with, and that person has to live with. And I vowed to myself that day that that I would be strong. I'd be the strongest person to support them, and that's all it really was. It's just a simple thing, but that simple, I guess, promise to myself and to them has been able to pull me out of, wow, I'm getting really emotional, has been able to pull me out of really dark times and really tough times. And so that's what I think everyone should have, and I'm sure a lot of people do. When things have hit rock bottom and you think you have nothing and you just all you do, or all I do, is just I reconnect with whatever that thing is, and it takes me back to that same day, that same spot where I was talking to the person, and I vowed to myself and to them that I will be like a strong enough person to be able to support you through what you're going through. And never has that failed me. It's taken me here. I feel like I'm a better person. Not like a I don't need you, blah blah blah. More or less like I feel like I've achieved a lot more in this short term than I have, not over the 5 years, but let's say 2 years. I feel like I've been more productive with my own goals. And that's not to blame for whoever, but it's really myself. And anyway, getting back on topic, so when I connect with that feeling again, it takes me back to the same scene where that first promise happened, and all of a sudden I feel like this boost of like power, just like strength and just willpower, and I'm able to climb out of whatever it may be. And for you watching who do a similar thing or do the same thing, you know, you might not have a boost of willpower and just like strength. It could be with whatever you're struggling with. So if you struggle from, say, self-esteem issues, whatever it is you go back to will give you the confidence to be like, to overcome your doubts of, you know, maybe self-esteem issues, to give you the confidence to be like, you're better than that. And it's not even you're better than that, to give you the confidence to understand that you don't even have self-esteem issues, or you're not enough, because you are. It's not about being better, it's just about accepting that you're enough. So again, it's like another thing that is in here. So I guess I'm all about willpower and working in the background, and you don't see much in process, but when you do at the end, it's something great. And I think that's just my way of dealing with things. But yeah, so that's Motivational Monday for you guys. I hope you found it interesting. It got pretty deep, but yeah, hopefully, well, it'd be cool to know if you guys do a similar thing, whether it's the first one or the second one, because everyone works out things differently, so it'd be pretty good to know how you deal with tough issues in life and little hurdles along the way. But that's it for this week. Next week, as I said, is going to be a much more kicked back one. I'm going on a road trip on this Saturday, hopefully if things are all good and I have the car, that is. So that'll be heaps fun filming. But as for me, that's it for the week, and I hope you have a great weekend and a good week ahead, and I'll see you on the Saturday.